Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. Here we are on a beautiful morning in the Pond, Manitoba, north of 53, Manitoba, Canada. And this is what we're doing today. We're out with the D300 and we have the vintage pancake 50 millimeter 1.8 Nikon lens. This is the upper scale model, not the E series lens that came out pretty much around the time of the FE, Nikon FE, probably 78, something like that. So it's manual focus. You have to enter it in your non-CPU lens menu, which is quite easy if you just follow the prompts. And that's what we're doing today. We're out doing some street photography, some architectural shapes, and maybe a few landscapes, just to show you what you get out of this pancake lens as a street lens. There's a lot of people that go out and spend a whole pile of money on little mirrorless cameras. Some people up to $10,000 on a little camera to do street photography, and so this is what I'm doing. I'm showing you that with a D300, you could probably get for under $200 Canadian for one that's a low shutter, along with the card and some batteries and charger. And this lens, which probably around Canadian, cost you about $100 or something like that. Really didn't research it. This isn't the E series lens. And the hood actually came with this lens, so I don't know. It doesn't even have a number. But yeah, so out doing some street photography, you don't need to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to to buy a new camera and the new latest thing, and especially if you're just doing travel photography, or you're just out as a beginner and looking, taking photos and trying to find what your genre is that you like the most. So here we are. I've got this, as usual, I set a lot of my lenses at f16. Between f8 and f16 is probably the sharpest across the range of almost all lenses, most lenses anyways. I never ever shoot down to 1.8, very rarely, unless I want to do some kind of special effects or something like that. A lot of back in the day, those numbers 1.8 and 1.2. If you find a 1.2, it'll actually have a noct on it, N-O-C-T. Noct means nocturnal. It's for even a darker situation where you can let more light in. They really weren't meant for taking photos. You can use them, getting that creamy bokeh or whatever. But when you're out doing street photography, and travel photography, you want to get as much as the environment in as you can, in focus as you can, simply because that's why you're taking a photo of it. So right. And not very many portrait photographers in that are really pros shoot at f1.4 or wide open or whatever you call it, because what you do is you'll get one eye in focus and the other eye will already be starting to go out of focus. So a lot of them are probably up around f4, f6, f7. I'm pretty sure if you do your research of the real pro guys that really do their photography, and sometimes you'll see in the magazines and that they'll tell you what the settings on their camera is, and I don't recall ever seeing 1.4, and so whatever, we can discuss that forever. It's, if you want to go around shooting at 1.4, that's fine. If you want to buy a noct lens that goes down to 1.2 and shoot it at 1.2 and spend $5,000 just to get an out of focus everything, and a nice soft looking photo, well, that's your business. But as if any of you are beginners or just learning, and I'm here to tell you the goods. That's what you're going to get. You're not going to get the sharpest all the way across. I'm sure they're making a few lenses now that are getting close, edge to edge, and quite frankly, a lot of these lenses never do get sharp right to the edges. No matter how hard you try, there's always some kind of fall off. And now we're running into, I'm starting to hear a lot of pros and a lot of higher end photographers saying, yeah, we're starting to go back to DSLRs and the older lenses because we're not, things are too sharp. You know, they're sharper than what your eye's actually seeing. Things are getting too perfect and too sharp and very boring. So be careful, you know, always if you're a beginner, please, or even intermediate or whatever, take whatever camera manufacturer you think that you like, take this cheap route first to see what genre you like to shoot, what lens distance, whether you like to shoot telephoto lenses, because usually the lenses for these are quite a bit cheaper. You usually get your money back in return if you think it's not for you. It's just good, sound, practical advice, and you know, I don't want to get people turned off to going out and shooting photography. Photography's never going to die, and please stop listening to that too. Photography's never going to die. Nothing is ever going to kill photography. Photography will always be with us for as long as we have cameras, I would say. Photography will never die. So, like, subscribe, click the bell. Hope you enjoy the photos. Nikon D300. This was just an easy grab, go-to camera. Aperture priority. Don't have to do any thinking. I set my aperture manually. Put the non-CPU lens into the menu here. And I don't know if you guys can see this. I'll try to show you. So the way you go over, I'm hoping this shows up. Go to the wrench, go over, go down. I hope I'm in the right place. Non-CPU lens data. Go over, go down, lens number 50 millimeter 1.8. This is lens number 2 and that's exactly what I'm shooting. Then you set your numbers, you press done, and it's in there. Then you don't have the error and stuff happening up here. Suddenly, as you see, I hope you can see this as you're moving this, right? And see what aperture priority does. Speeds up and slows down your shutter because it's letting you choose your depth of field, and it chooses the shutter. So there you go. Thank you very much. I hope some of that was helpful. Like, subscribe, click the bell. See you guys later. Thanks for joining us if you're new. Bye-bye.